Hi, it's Uncle Ken, and Uncle Ken has some advice for you. So, why would you listen to your Uncle Ken? Well, Uncle Ken has started or ran 74 companies in my life. That's a lot. I've been a busy boy. I've been featured on Fox News, on CNN, and I have advice for you that I want to give you for free to make your life better. So listen up, kids. What's the number one piece of advice that Uncle Ken wants to give you? That piece of advice is to own your own business, to have a business. Now, you might be thinking, I've got a job and it's a good job and I went to school to learn to do this. That's okay. What I'm talking about is more like a side hustle in that case. If you have a job, that's great. I'm not asking you to quit your job and go start a business. I'm just saying you might start a side business. I don't care what it is. It could be selling Amway or Girl Scout cookies or mowing the neighbors' yards. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you have a business. And you might be saying, well, Uncle Ken, why is that so important? Well, I'm glad you asked, and here's why. Let me give you an illustration. Here is a stack of money, right? Now, this is probably a lot of people's average income for the course of the year. Maybe that's exciting, maybe not so exciting. But here's the point. When you have a job, and again, nothing wrong with having a job, but when you have a job, the government takes a portion of this, right, up front as taxes. And that could mean maybe a quarter of what you've worked hard for is gone in taxes. Now, I'm not opposed to paying taxes by any means. In fact, on this part one, I just want to say paying taxes is important, right? We benefit as Americans from our city, county, state, federal government for the services they provide. So we have to pay our taxes. That's very, very important. But if the government says, under certain circumstances, you don't have to pay as much taxes, isn't that better? I'd like to think so. So let's focus on how you can pay your fair share, but maybe that fair share could be less. And the first step of that is starting your own business. So I'm going to help you. I'm going to teach you how to set up a business, how to run a side business or a primary business, right? How to grow your business, ultimately, even how to sell your business and retire. Doesn't that sound great? Yes, Uncle Ken's going to do that for you. So, like, follow, share this video, but most importantly, put a comment down below so I can answer your questions and help you along your journey.